no good news. It's always, we in America, man. You already know what's going on. People don't like us. People don't like the freedom, stuff like that. But we're going to talk about a few things today. Like, it's just crazy, man. We're going to talk about the drill scene. We're going to talk about what the kids are doing out here. You know what I'm saying? I definitely want to give my condolences to everybody in Los Angeles who suffered, who lost their homes. And that's why I always say, like I say, make a little bag, man. Go outside. You ain't got to go to Army, Navy or nothing. Give to the less fortunate. If you got some extra clothes, you know what I'm saying? If you got some extra food. Now remember, I said extra now. If you do, man, you know what I'm saying? Best collect your blessings, man. Best collect your blessings. Not just for the blessings, from your heart, man. People out there sleeping on the trains right now. It is freezing. Now, me personally, like, my advice to anybody like that, man, go to a program. You don't even got to go to a shelter. If you have a drug problem, go to a program. Stay there, do the right thing instead of sleeping on the train and possibly getting killed. The guy knows what's going on with these kids. I'm wilding right now. This ain't my generation. Even in my generation, I'd have said the same thing. You go to a program, you do what you got to do, man. They going to give you. I know somebody who just got a $2,700 voucher for an apartment. So he stood in the program for about a year and a half. They gave him an apartment that's worth $2,700 a month, and all you got to do is pay $100. So what I'm saying is, man, stop sleeping in the streets. You're gonna freeze to death. You're gonna freeze to death. Stop sleeping on the trains. It's dangerous, and you're still gonna freeze to death. And you got these people going coming over, messing with you, throwing stuff at you. You know how it is. You know how these young kids are, man. And God forbid you find yourself in a worse situation that you are. I'm sure you'd rather be in a program or a shelter getting yourself together than in prison or 6 feet under, man. That's how I look at things now. Again, like I said, let me see what's going on over here, man. I looked yesterday. It drove me crazy. Like, that's why I always say, no matter what you have, no matter what you think you have, Mother Nature could come and take it all away and it's gone. Finito. That's why I always say be grateful, man. I don't think like I used to think anymore, man. Sometimes you grow up and you really realize, like, what is it that I'm doing that I feel like while I'm incarcerated, I'm important. Because when I'm incarcerated, you follow rules. You come out here and you live like you used to live. And if that incarceration didn't teach you anything, Lord have mercy, you don't know what God got in store for you next. You know what I'm saying? God bless me, man. I'm still here for a reason. You understand? I don't want to exist. I want to know why I'm here. I want to know why I'm alive. And that's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to help people. Let's see what happened over here in Los Angeles real quick. Quick update. I want people to know this evening at 4 p.m. there will be a virtual meeting for all residents impacted by the Eaton fire to get their questions answered. Rest assured, this is going to be just one of many of the virtual meetings that we are going to be having. We are going to allow the residents to be engaged and get the questions answered that they need to move forward. This morning, we heard from our insurance commissioner, Ricardo Lara, regarding what the Department of Insurance is doing to help people as they navigate the insurance coverage that they may or may not have. This is an important thing to note. Ricardo Lara has set up an 800 number, which I'm going to put up on our website. But I want you all to know that we are going to be working diligently with the state to make sure that those that are insured get the financial help they need. I'm also hearing that I know yesterday we announced that FEMA has set up a website, and I'm seeing that people are filling out the form and being denied. I'm following up on that to find out what is going on, because it is completely mind-boggling to me that people who have lost everything are filling out a form as told, and they're getting an immediate denial. So if you have done that, please, I'm going to try to get an answer within 24 hours to find out what's going on so that you all get the answers you deserve. If you have any questions and that you want answered during the meeting tonight, you can drop the questions in a chat during the live stream or submit them ahead of time via email to
2025.eaton@firenet.gov. Again, 2025.eaton, EATON, at firenet.gov.
Yeah, she talking from Pasadena, California. They suffered. I mean, people literally lost their homes, investments. Some people still owe mortgage. It's crazy. That's what I'm saying. Mother Nature come. You never know. So whatever you have, man, be humble, man. If you got something extra, man, give it to somebody who need. You know what I'm saying? Go out there, see somebody who in the street. You know what I'm saying? Personally, I try to talk them and say to you, let's go to the program. I'll take you. I know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, I did 19 years because I wouldn't listen to nobody. I wouldn't listen to nobody. You understand? But when I came up north, I quickly found out that, you know what I'm saying, between this gang shit, don't do gang. You come up north right now, if you young, you know what I'm saying, you know that blood run New York, rule New York. It ain't the same no more, man. This is not 93, man. You know what I'm saying? You got all the big homies sitting in IPC because they can't be out there and they calling shots and all these kids is going out there and catching new cases and hurting other people, man. They don't follow no rules. Fuck all that bullshit, man. Pardon my language, man. No gang shit, man. You a man, go over there, be humble, do what you have to do. Don't let nobody violate you. Stand your ground and be a man. Have no fear. Have God in your heart. You're going to be good. You're going to come home, get your life together, man, because this is not no way to live. Sorry. Pardon me for my language. Look what they going through. Look what they going through in L.A.
Also extended the opportunity to utility companies participate and answer your questions. I know that's another question we're getting is, when is my power going to come on? When is my gas going to come on? These are questions that we're going to be addressing tonight, so I would encourage you all to participate. And last but not least, and I've said it, and we've got
Felicity Sky. Thank you.
elected town council up in the Alpena area, and I know of at least 4 have lost their homes. These are elected officials that are representing the community, and I want you all to know that they are with us. They'll be there on the virtual call tonight and are very, very, very much a part of the community, and I just want to acknowledge them because it's important for us to recognize that behind every single thing you're seeing on the TV, there are people's lives who have been impacted, and it is not lost on me.
I see they bringing it down now, man. What I was seeing yesterday at night, it was literally horrifying. I said, Dag, man, is the world coming to an end between COVID, between everything that was happening? Seemed like it's getting worse and worse. I ain't never seen like what I seen in LA yesterday. I'm talking about that shit was all over the news, over social media. I'm talking about everything was burning. I didn't know, even where the water was, man, they just couldn't do nothing. They didn't know what to do. God bless, they putting all that shit out now, but now that shit looking like the Bronx. I ain't trying to be funny. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the kids in Chicago, all the families that suffering. RIP to all the kids with this drill stuff, man. No good, man. How long you gonna live? You got natural disasters going on, so you want to add to that to go viral, to get some extra likes. You ready to go live on social media and kill each other? I'm talking about family members, cousins at that. Brazy. Shout out to my guy Bob from Fort Greene. You already know, man. Fort Greene Supreme Team, everybody in Coney, everybody in Brooklyn, everybody who follow me, all my guys. But we got problems, man. It ain't like it what it used to be, man. You know why? Everybody desecrates this country, this America. We come here for our amendments, freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom. We not communism like over there, what Putin's doing in Ukraine. I believe personally he deserves to be tortured. You know what I'm saying? He's a war criminal, but it's not up to me. You know what I'm saying? Let's concentrate on what's going on in America. With Biden, we had people eating out the garbage cans. Trump said he's gonna see better days. I don't care about no $1,200. I want him to see him do what he said he's gonna do.
With that, I'm going to introduce now Los Angeles County
I
Fire
voted
Department Fire Chief
for
Anthony Murray
Trump.
to give you an update on the Eaton fire.
So good afternoon. Thank you, Supervisor Berger.
Pasadena Police
The Eden
Sergeant.
fire is estimated to be 13,956 acres with 3% containment. We have over 7,000.
13,000.9 something acres burnt. Do you know what that is? You know what acres are? Whoever does, figure it out.
Structures damaged or destroyed, and 1,527 firefighting personnel on scene. Yesterday afternoon, the Eaton Fire made a run towards historic Mount Wilson. The Mount Wilson Observatory and the telescope are undamaged thanks to the efforts of our firefighters and observatory staff. No buildings or
Out where?
infrastructure have been damaged or destroyed at Mount Wilson. We are appreciative to our many mutual aid and out-of-state fire partners for providing assistance to Los Angeles County in our time of greatest need. The current red flag event that...
Hey, yo, listen, if you want to subscribe, just go to my channel. It's on YouTube, Self Proactive, and subscribe. And I see somebody over here saying that, I don't know, like, what the hell is this? If you're not interested in this, then don't watch it, bro. It's real simple. Or if you want to talk about it, let's go live. We men. We not kids. But if you want to subscribe, sis, just go to, I'm down to earth, man. Ain't nothing. We could talk live. It don't matter. Nothing to hide. Shit is real.
You're under right now will expire at 6 p.m. this evening. However,
please nobody hit me on thread right now.
Another red flag event beginning on Monday, and I can assure everybody that LA County will be prepared. Before I close, I would like to thank Board Chair and 5th District Supervisor Catherine Barger for her unwavering support and leadership. I would also like to acknowledge the tireless efforts of all first responders who have put themselves in harm's way to protect residents and property. And to our residents impacted by this devastating fire siege, please rest assured that we will not stop until the fires are fully contained, and we will continue to be here for you as we plan for the repopulation, recovery, and rebuilding that will be occurring.
Thanks so much for watching. Just go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your television provider.
Let me see where we could go right now. I want to talk about the kids, man. I want to talk about the kids, the music, the streets, the social media. Let me tell you something. If you are parents and you have children, I mean, I was unfortunately a terror, and I regret that now. It puts tears in my eyes to see what I did to my parents, you know what I'm saying? And they are golden. God bless them. If it wasn't for them. And they still here, and I pray they're here another 20 years, you know what I'm saying? But, it's all started in Chicago, man. R.I.P. King Von, you know what I'm saying? R.I.P. Duck, you know what I'm saying? R.I.P. K.I., the girl, you know what I'm saying? Greek Barnes. R.I.P. everybody who lost their life over this, getting on social media, beefing, then meeting up and trying to kill each other live just for likes. That's what's going on. Then in the music industry, free Durk, man. Regardless of the fact, man, how can they prove that it was Durk? At the end of the day, how can they prove that he made those texts? Allegedly, he told these dudes, do not use the OTF credit card. We talk about a multi-millionaire, but the mistakes are that if he did that, you know what I'm saying, he booked 3 different flights because he knew they was watching him. They're saying it's a get back for his brother D-Thing and for the murder of King Von. But Durk is big on that loyalty thing, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, people are saying, like, he should have been, if it was him, which I doubt, you know what I'm saying, let it all come out because he had Dream Team. He got Brian Steele. He got all them dudes, man. You know what I'm saying? He got all them dudes. They got everybody out. So what I'm saying is he facing murder for hire. And it's sad because Dirk, man, you should have stood with your people. You know what I'm saying? You should have stood with your people, man. I understand Dirk left Chicago. He went to Atlanta. He got Vaughn out of Chicago. Vaughn had different intentions. Vaughn got him open. And now he in a situation because Vaughn is dead. You know what I'm saying? Vaughn was a beast. Unfortunately, all these kids are following this and they trying to do the same thing. They figure, yo, if I get likes doing something crazy, you know what I'm saying, on Instagram, yo, man, people suffer, people die, man. You got to think about that. I don't care if you're doing rap music and you got your foot in the street too, so now you talking and everybody following you. Somebody's suffering, man. Karma is not a game. I can't learn that personally. I'm telling you right now. You know what I'm saying? You know, I respect it. Chicago, I follow that whole scene. ATL, Jacksonville, Florida is real nasty right now. Florida over there. Jacksonville is crazy. Overtown is crazy. You know what I'm saying? People getting bodied. Cops don't even care. Step over them. I'm going to tell you something, man. You know, the new racism is when you believe that racism doesn't exist no more. Let me see what I'm going to go to. Everything's under fair use right now, so I could basically put on anything I want. Where's the news? And yeah, they going to free Melly. They going to free Melly. I mean, it's like they know he did it. I don't know he did it, but it ain't enough. A text from a suitcase to King Von talking about, I did that. Shh, it's not proof. Borland stupid. He pulled up in front of the hospital with two dead bodies of his friends. We talking about Florida now. Borland pulled up with two dead bodies of his friends. You know, they were young rappers. This is about 6 years ago. And he said that it was a drive-by. People were shooting at the car, but they saying that Melly did it, but they can't place him at the scene. After 5 years of being innocent, almost 6 years, they tried him. And guess what happened? He got a mistrial. They supposed to give him a bond to go home, and he got the money to pay. They supposed to give him a bond to go home, but they didn't. So now they changed it. They changed the judge. Everything's crazy. He told him, I'm giving you 7 days. If you can't come up with another reason, I'm giving him a bond. That doesn't mean he ain't gonna go to trial again. But if he got a mistrial just now on a capital murder punishment, we talking about death penalty. He gonna spank that trial. That's what it is, man. Free Melly, free YNW Melly. My condolences to Juvie, Chris. My condolences to Sack Chaser. You know what I'm saying? The families. Bortland, you a fool. Because now Melly gonna get off and you're gonna sit there because you in the house. You was free. And they come in your house and they look in your house and they find a diagram of the whole jury, their names and where they sit. They got you on jury tampering. Over there, that's also a life sentence. But it looked like Melly coming home. Now you gonna take his place? Yeah, they ain't gonna kill you. They know you wasn't no shooter. You gonna do life now. You dumb, man. Why you did that? Who writes that stuff down knowing that you guys are, you know what I'm saying, high profile? You keeping this in your house, a diagram of the juries and their names? So now they found the state lying to the judge in the case. So now they sick with it. They like, you don't come up with something else to keep him here until the next trial. Within 7 days, he's going home on bond. So everybody say, yeah, free Melly. You know what I'm saying? Let me see where we at. Excuse me 1 second. You know, I'm gonna show you something, man. This is what happens when you hold a young man, regardless if he did it or not. The bottom line is, you know, he said to King Von, whilst King Von was alive, he was in a suitcase. He texted King Von and he said, I did that in a text with two emojis going, shh. But what did he do? That's not enough to say just because it's not enough in the trial. That's why people got to know the law, man. People got to know the law. They had it so bad, the state, that the judge told them, I don't want to hear nothing no more. Check it, man.
That he has to stay with us. I don't think that's fair.
Give me 1 second. They got a new judge. The judge is a sweetheart. The judge is playing fair. Because Melly over there is suffering like 6 years. They not letting him read mail for the last 3 years. Talk to his moms, talk to anybody, see any other inmates. They not giving him enough food. They keeping his room cold, you know what I'm saying? Because they, you know, after the forensics for the first trial, they showed that the shots were taken from inside the car. But Portland came with the 2 dead bodies of their friends to the hospital and said, yo, I was in a drive-by. Where's Melly? Melly not around. They can't place Melly at the scene because if they could, he would have blew trial. It's a death penalty case. And like I said, man, Melly's going to go home because now they got the new judge. They playing fair. And, you know, that's one thing about the law. You got to play fair because, you know, when I went down for something that I did and they played fair and they got me, you know, I was tight then. Today, I'm not tight that I went down. Today, I'm tight for the things that I did in my past life. God forgive me for my sins. You know what I'm saying? Things that I've done that could have been to somebody else's son, somebody else's father or brother. You know what I'm saying? I feel bad. And I don't feel bad that I did the time. I feel bad for the things that I did. That's why I give back. Now I help the youth. You know what I'm saying? I break things up. I get involved. Basically, stay active. You know what I'm saying? Bang, but bang for peace. I don't bang for colors no more. That shit over.
Listen, Mr. Downs is entitled to heightened due process. The state is seeking the death.
It's the new judge talking.
That one of his lawyers is under investigation. The one thing I can tell you is not going to happen is someone that has been in custody for 2,160 days, his trial is not going to be delayed under any circumstance. How are you feeling this morning? Your head is clear?
He's excited now. He was crying for 6 years.
You hear your lawyers. You're talking to your lawyers.
He got the best dream team.
YNW Melly appeared in court today for motions, but of course something went wrong. The state was caught lying on a motion, and defense lawyers show the judge. The judge also...
You heard that? The state was caught lying. The state was caught lying. Meanwhile, they violating them, but the state got caught lying. So they could keep him in there because they know he deserves to be out on bond. You know what I'm saying? What they think? They the feds? That they're going to use executive law, make the law, and then break it on them, saying that, yo, we can't let him out. We know he did it. We just can't prove it. No, you got to prove it.
The state to hand over their Apple iCloud search warrant off Melly's defense lawyer's Apple iCloud account. At one point, Melly has to speak to the judge, so we actually hear him talking for the first time in a year and a half. Pretty wild stuff, though. Hit subscribe. Here we go, boys. Well, there's Raven Liberty. Looks like she made it. And there's Stu. Oh, there's Melly's mom. Oh, here comes Melly. Let's see if we get anything productive done today. These two aren't allowed to talk in person, really. She's had to talk to him in one of those glass partition rooms. I really want to know what she just whispered there. 2,100 days in jail, that man still smiling. Smiling at his mama.
Soldier. He knows you're going to
Boy,
come.
she's crying. I'm gonna be honest, boys. Raven Liberty got some crazy eyes. Look at this.
That's his lawyer. They say she can't be his lawyer no more.
Finally came on. Judge came in. Let's go.
He got another beast.
This is just a continuation of yesterday. I did get, and I read the state's motion for rehearing and reconsideration of the Apple search warrant related to attorney Raven Liberty. I don't know that I actually conducted a formal hearing. I just asked the state to turn over a copy of the search warrant and affidavit.
Let's see if they actually turn it over. I'd say it's like 50-50 chance that they come up with an excuse to not turn over the search warrant and affidavit.
Would you agree that they're entitled to a copy of just the
Facility Sky, D. Babito, what up?
At some point, but not at this point necessarily.
Told you. She doesn't agree. to hand this over right now.
Can you explain that to me? Because if I saw
Might as well let him go right now.
it'd be as though
Fuck
they
the
go
7.
home,
Now it's 6
they
days.
execute the search warrant and they're there. They give them a copy of the search warrant.
Correct, but
Upon
in
its
this case,
execution.
it's Apple that the warrant is being executed upon, not the party themselves.
And you think your authority says that she's not even entitled to a copy of the search warrant?
That's correct, Judge, yes.
That's your position?
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
If you're the channel, please hit subscribe. I appreciate the support. Back to the video, boys. What? It's just a search warrant. I don't understand what's going on here.
Okay. Well, over the state's objection, I'm ordering you to turn over a copy of the search warrant. I'll put that in a written form today so you can litigate that.
It's about time we got a good judge. Fair
Judge
judge.
whipped his dick out and put it on the table and said, "You're giving it over. Let's go, boys."
Defense, I'm happy to
Yo,
share anything
kid,
with
you
you.
bugging. You can't talk like that, man.
Where we're at is, I need to give you a date very soon in the future.
Kid can't talk like that. They're not gonna monetize it.
You're gonna have to come back in here and tell me, and I'm gonna have a discussion with Mr. Devins. I'm gonna start that discussion this morning so he understands that he's the captain of the ship. This is his decision, but he's gonna have to tell me if he wants.
Yo, the judge just called Melly the captain of the ship. I'm twisted right now. I say captain. Yo, the judge just called Melly captain of the ship. Yo, they been doing him dirty, man. So, yeah, he gonna get that bond. And when the trial come, I bet you he beat it. Anybody want to bet? Holla back. I'm down to earth. Holla right back. Who think Melly ain't gonna beat this trial? I bet you he do.
Continue to be his lawyer or not? He's gonna have to tell me if he wants all of you to continue to be his lawyers or not, or he's gonna have to tell me that he's gonna seek other counsel, but I think that needs to happen sooner rather than later.
We concur with that.
Looks like he already made up his mind, low key. The way he just looked at her, looks like he gonna be like, "Fuck it, let's just go on. I don't need new lawyers," because he knows it's gonna delay it more. He's gonna trial 9 months for a capital murder case.
I'm confused. I apologize to the court. Is the court entertaining this motion for reconsideration and not?
There was no motion or ruling. I think she's entitled to. I think, listen, Mr. Devins is entitled to heightened due process. The state is seeking the death penalty. It is very clear that one of his lawyers is under investigation.
Death penalty. Trying to turn his lights out the state.
I have the ability to give him before he
Only God can kill.
Is there a conflict of interest? Does he want to waive that conflict of interest and continue with that?
Waiving it. We waiving that.
Or does he not? Does he want the lawyer to withdraw? And again, he's the captain of the ship.
Absolutely.
He makes this decision. If you all had some other authority that says, I have some additional power to assist in the fact finding here, I would hear what the state has to say about it, but I would probably be inclined to do that. But my inherent authority, or citing the U.S. Constitution, although I very strongly believe in the U.S. Constitution, this is I'm not involved in this. The underlying facts.
Got bags under my eyes, can't sleep.
Conflict and what Mr. Devins wants to do. This is completely 100% a decision between himself and his lawyer. I don't agree.
We're not disputing that.
So I don't know what else I can do at this point. You've asked me to press pause on all these motions. I'll press pause. I'm not going to move this trial. This trial is going forward in September.
I like how he's keeping his foot down on the trial date, but come on, man, these motions need to get done. I know it's the defense saying they don't want to do them. I guess they're not doing them then.
They're heard next month, or they're heard in March.
That's right. Get him out of there. We don't want to change lawyers.
During his trial, which again would not be the most ideal way to do things.
He got a shark. Why are you going to trade a lawyer? He paying that shark.
The one that I can tell you is not going to
And we got the right judge now, a fair judge.
160 days. His trial is not going to be.
You heard what they just said? How long you been incarcerated? Since he was 17. Listen to this.
Or they're heard in March, or they're heard in August, or they're heard contemporaneously during his trial, which again would not be the most ideal way to do things. If that's what ends up happening, that's what ends up happening. The one that I can tell you is not going to happen is someone that has been in custody for 2,160 days. His trial is not going to be delayed under any circumstance. So that being said, what else would you like me to do this morning?
Well, a couple things. Since the state filed a motion for rehearing, there are misstatements in their motion that need to be corrected. Since we received this early this morning and saw it for the first time, we did not file any written plea of response. And if I may, just
We want it now.
the corrections that we saw.
The judge is so over this shit.
Number one, it says the search warrant was issued in December of 2024. It was 23, not 24, a year earlier.
Stop lying,
In
state.
paragraph number 2, they said that the state disclosed an ongoing investigation to Miss Liberty. That is absolutely untrue. We learned of it through Apple. They confirmed it yesterday for the first time, over a year after the search warrant was executed.
But they lied? The state get caught lying here?
Number 5 indicates that this investigation is separate and apart from the defendant's current case. It conflicts with paragraph 11 that implies that this investigation is related to the tampering case of Mr. Demons. Is it unrelated or is it related? I think the court needs to know that, because if it's related, I believe, and we will file a written response under discovery, he's entitled to that information. Anything that leads to relevant and important information. And I'm not asking the court to rule on it at this point, but I want the court to know that if it's related to his present charges under 3.2.
Yo, Melly lawyer swinging his nuts now.
Whoa, we're entitled to that information. They make a statement.
I can't get over this judge's face, bro.
Regardless of what Demons wants and is willing to waive the conflict, they believe that Miss Raven must get off the case, regardless of that. That's their assertion. They have to prove it.
The state wants Miss Liberty off the case? Damn. He's saying they're asserting that. This is so messy, and I can't believe this is happening.
Babito, I'm here all day.
For him just to get rid of her, dude.
Who you be? Hit me after.
The state on notice that they must prove. They can't merely allege that the conflict is so extended that even if this young man wants to waive it, they're going to come in here and say she must get off the case. That's what they say in this plea, in paragraph number 11.
Okay.
That's a question for the court to determine.
That's right.
And they have to present evidence of that. We are still under the same impression that we don't have enough information. Pursuant to Your Honor's request, Mr. Aronson and I spoke to Mr. Demons. I call him Melly if the court will allow me.
Don't push yourself.
Mr. Demons? Fair enough.
You want the judge to call him Melly?
Them to refer to him as Melly. I wonder if he's going to make them do that the entire trial.
He informed us that he doesn't have enough information to make that decision.
Oh, so he hasn't made up his mind. And look at this shot of the judge's case.
You the judge is like, I don't want to hear no more with this state shit. You're about to bark on the state.
I'm allowed to talk about. I don't want to hear about anything that you all say.
I was just willing to profit this statement.
Was Stu supposed to spill the beads? I don't think he was supposed to announce that Melly hasn't made up his mind yet because he doesn't know all the information.
And we would, of course, ask the court to deny their motion for rehearing.
We all take supplements, or at least we should, right? Why are so many supplement companies charging ridiculous prices for supplements that aren't that special?
Oh, I
That's why
see.
wanna
We
introduce
already
you guys
spoke
to live
about
it.
this. We already spoke about this. Like I said, man, you know this boy, man. It's a deep situation what he got into. You know, I'm not going to get into it. I'm not going to talk about it. I'm sure everybody knows what it is. But he's being done dirty, you know, regardless whether he really did what they say, what he did or not. There's things in the situation that people don't know. Sometimes people do things because they're afraid that it's going to get done to them first. I'm not saying that that's the case. That's not my place to say. You know what I'm saying? I just want to see this trial go fair. It sees that the state is lying on him. They can't place him in that car. They can't place him in that car. And Lord have mercy, man. Lil Durk, man, like, I don't understand this. You know what I'm saying? Smurky, yo, man, he's like the biggest, like, you know, no loyalty reform. He is pro-loyalty. We talking about, like, he talk about, no. One of his men said something on the song, like, I remember Lil Reese said something on an interview, like, yo, me and Durk robbed somebody. We were little. Durk unfollowed him and everything. You know what I'm saying? Shit is good. Loyalty is crazy. You know what I'm saying? And The thing with Durk is, man, Durk was smart, man. He came up while King Von was in jail, you know what I'm saying, for just, you know what King Von was doing. I ain't gotta say it. He was in jail just for robbing people and doing whatever he wanted to do when he was younger. You know, he turned 17. Durk was already in Atlanta making money off the drill. Shout out to Chief Keef. They all came out together. So King Von's idea was like, oh, I fuck with Durk. I'm gonna go to meet rappers and rob them. Instead, Durk, put him on with the rap, and Von was good. If Von was a beast. Von was a beast, but he had a bad influence on Durk. And now that all that stuff happened, like, they pressing Durk like slide for Von, and like, like you ain't sliding. My thing is, allegedly, if he did that, put the $1 million on Quando Rondo head, you know what I'm saying? Which first and foremost, you're supposed to use professionals, not your friends. You know what I'm saying? They got the wrong target. They hit his cousin, Lil Pab, God bless her dead, and his sister was in the car. They did not hit Quando Rondo. So if you don't hit the right person, you're not supposed to get paid. He said hit Quando Rondo allegedly. And if you do it under a camera that could be seen, I double it, 2 million. These dudes did it, but the thing what I'm finding out right now, the only one that was his childhood friend was OTF Day Day. You understand? Now it was Jam that whole situation was about. No, he didn't wear a wire, but he was there all the time. He was working for them, and he's saying because what he's saying is that. And he ain't Von ain't around no more. So like Durk just goes like he goes from place to place, and he fucks with killers, man. He puts them on the payroll, and he does the right thing. He tries to make them rap, but you can't give somebody everything and still take them out the street, because that's the reason that you hired these dudes. Everybody wearing masks, everybody screaming like it's like they talking about we in Chicago, yeah. But you know what I'm saying? When it come to Old Block, it's like, Vaughn left. Vaughn actually from Lamron. That's a street called Normal. They spell it Lamron. But that ain't even the case. Durk. That ain't even the case, man. I really feel bad because he's big on loyalty. I don't know what they trying to say he did. They saying that he told them not to use the credit cards. They stopped him at the airport, and they used the credit cards. It went back to him. Who's to say that he's the one that made the text? Who's to say that somebody didn't have his? It was a text. It wasn't a call. Who's to say he made the text? Who's to say that it was him? Who's to say that it was him? He got a shark of a lawyer, man. I pray he beat the case. And it's bad, man, because you know what? The only one he knew was OTF Day Day. That was allegedly his shooter for all his life. You know what I'm saying? And the other three, like Flocka and Brown Eyes, I never even heard of them. These are dudes he met in Atlanta. He put them down with OTF and he trusted them. You don't even know these dudes. All you know is that they shooters. You ain't professional with the type of money you making. Come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? The only one, like, you knew Jam for a few, even with Jam, you know what I'm saying? Jam did 12 years. You held him down for the 12 years. OTF Jam, you ain't know him like that. Durk didn't know OTF Jam like that, but he held him down because he know he a murderer. So he held him down, you know what I'm saying? Jam came home, he gave him 50 racks, so you don't have to ask no more, and bought him a new house, and bought him a new whip, you know what I'm saying? Then he went back to jail, Jam, and his baby mother got killed, having nothing to do with Durk. And he needed some help, and Durk didn't offer it back. I think that was a mistake, because Jam is the type, I don't care how many of them, I don't care if he end up with the old Block 5, with Muwap, with all of them, ain't nobody gonna do nothing to Jam. Jam is not in the system right now, although he got locked up in Arizona. You know what I'm saying? Somebody robbed him for some weight. You know what I'm saying? Him and his cousin went to take care of business. They had the switch. They didn't use it, man. He started beating the dude with a switch. The police was there. He told us, Jam is a motherfucker. He told his cousin that doesn't have no record that went to do this with him, yo, I'm on parole, you know, my whole shit going on, you got to take this gun. There was 2 guns. He said, you got to take both these guns. So his cousin took it. But they still took him away because they know the case that he's involved, the murder for hire. So yes, the conspirator 2 is Jam. That's a fact now. You know what I'm saying? You know, we don't know where he is. He's not in the system, but he did get locked up in Arizona. If he did that to his cousin, made him take 2 gun charges, you got all this shit going on. Add the guns to him. That ain't nothing. You got murder for hire. So you taking a kid with you to beat somebody up over some drugs you sold. So what you think he gonna do to Durk? He ain't owe no loyalty to Durk. And it's surprised. Another thing was surprised me was Little Reese posted some crazy shit about Durk, and that's his man. But you know, it was something different. Like I said, Little Reese said once in a DJ Vlad, I think, interview, when him and Durk was young, they did this robbery. He was saying Durk called him a rat after that, and he stopped following him. But I'm gonna tell you really what it is. I don't, you know, I say what I hear. You know, nothing is guaranteed. But what is supposed to be going on is Durk is effing Lil Reese's moms. She's supposed to be bad, and his auntie. So I'm sure dude gonna feel some way about that. But they said that's not why he did that. They said he did that because that time they're called him a rat. Y'all bugging, man. He giving y'all all this money, and this is how y'all treat him. If that's the truth, I personally believe he ain't make that text. I personally, one of y'all had his text. And OTF Vonnie, he was from Atlanta. You hired him because he was a shooter. Guess what he did when King Von got killed? He was one of the people that wanted to hire. He cleaned out. Listen, the other dudes, there's a camera when you walk into his house. They came in with nothing. They came out with luggage. His friends, King Von. They were scared to death of him. And Vonnie from Atlanta cleaned out his safe. I don't even want to talk about that. Everybody, man, have a nice day, man. Enjoy yourself, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to get into too much of this Durk thing because that shit really hurt me, man. Free my brother Zance. I'm not going to get into this wrongfully convicted. Yes, I know there were some charges, and, you know, he paid for them, more than paid for them. But what they're holding him for is completely untrue. You know, need to get some bread up and get him a right lawyer that's going to fight for him the right way. And what I don't understand is what really hurts me is we got dudes that actually made it, brothers. Dudes that Zance, that Paul, you know, did everything for. I'm sure there was some things later that, you know, but y'all know, y'all knew Paul's situation, what happened later in the end. But how about in the beginning, man? The things that he did for a lot of us. If I had, come on, I ain't asking for nothing. But we got brothers that got it up the kazoo, man. How you gonna just turn your face around and let Zans do what he not even ask? Like, yo, how could I help? Yeah, you could help. He need a real lawyer. I'm out of here, man. Everybody, thank you for hanging with me. Like I said, man, hit the like. You know what I'm saying? Just smash that shit. And just subscribe to Self Proactive, man. I'm going to be, we're going to be talking. Everybody, man, blessings. And please stay off the street. Watch your kids. Try to keep them off social media, especially if you hear them arguing. If you hear that drill music here, I'm telling you, it's headed in the wrong direction. Everybody salute. Peace and blessings. Don't let nobody go hungry. Word.